How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the Calamity server. My name's Cal, and today we're going to be doing a little redstone. Off camera, I actually set up these auto shearing farms, which have been cranking for us. But today, I wanted to build a couple more farms inside the base before we get back to building and terraforming. So let's head on over. Our first project today is going to be to connect all the doors together. So when you hit the pressure plate for one, it opens up all four at the same time. This is super easy to do, but it does make it a little bit easier to get in and out. So we are going to be heading downstairs and pillaring up, and we might have to break a couple blocks here, but not a problem. I actually brought my silk touch pick just in case. So let's go ahead and pillar up here. And I think this wall is actually very close to where the doors are. So let's just break this block right here and see where we're at. Yeah, okay. So in order to automatically power these doors with a pressure plate, we need to power this block right here. So I'm going to need to actually break that one out, and we're going to need to put this here and then have redstone on top of this block. And same thing over here on the sides. That one actually was not one I meant to break, but that's fine. We'll fix it later. So yeah, that is going to need to have redstone on it. That's going to need to have redstone on it. And then these are going to need to come back a block because we are going to have the redstone right here underneath the pressure plates so that we have a nice smooth walk up. So I'm going to go ahead and just pillar back a little bit here. And I'm using this chiseled quartz just because it makes it a little bit easier for me to know like what is a redstone circuit. I like to use the exact same block for anything that's supporting redstone so I don't accidentally break it. You know, it should be something that's not naturally occurring. That way you don't make any mistakes. But we need to actually put down a couple repeaters here. So just one going into each of these blocks. Don't need any delay on this. And then just redstone to connect this up. And this side is basically done at this point other than a little bit of cleanup. Oh, and I need to get redstone on top of that. And redstone on top of that one. I'm actually going to need to take out that one. So that should do it for this side. Let me go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll head over and do the other side. Okay, a little bit of a mess to clean up top here. Swap these blocks out real quick. So we need to put that back there, and then I think this is that one. And put some pressure plates down here, 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 here. And there you go. You can already see it working on those two doors. And let me put back these other doors and show you the full effect here. Yep, there you go. So now any one of these four pressure plates on the inside is going to open all the doors. Just makes it easier for us to get in and out. So now we need to hop back down, and I think I may actually... So now instead of hopping back down, I think I'm actually just going to break a couple blocks here at the top, because these are where we're going to be putting the pressure plates. So what we actually need to do is maybe I can create a little platform for us to fall on here. That'd be super convenient. And we'll go down one more and then break this one. Okay, so once again, we're trying to get to that block that we got to before. And I think that's the one right there that we need the repeater going into. So let's go ahead and knock that one out. Same thing over here. And I'm going to go ahead and take these out because, again, I want to keep everything consistent so I know which blocks have redstone circuitry on them. So let's go ahead and knock that out. And then we need to start putting in some chiseled quartz. So that's going to be repeater, this is going to be redstone, and then our redstone line is going to go right here. 4 pressure plates going down, and moment of truth coming up. There we go. All right, so that's fully hooked up from both sides. Now it's super easy for us to run in and out of our base. All right, the next project that I have lined up is going to be, I think, the sugarcane farm. And I was planning to use this whole space over here and kind of do like a U or C shape around the outer wall. But I need to go gather up some resources for that. So let me get prepped here and then we'll start building. We're all set, I believe. So I think I have just enough room for 23 sugarcane plants, which means we need 23 pistons, 23 observers, and then the rest of this, you know, is sort of based on how it's going to be built. But we're going to need a collection system, which I'm going to use a minecart with hopper on rails. And that's going to be feeding into some hoppers into a chest. And we're going to use some basalt and red sand for the rest of the build. So I want to build the first bit of this on camera, and then, you know, maybe we'll hop off and I'll just show you the finished product. But the first thing we need to do is either figure out where the floor is going to be, or I was thinking it might actually make more sense to start this at the top and build it down, and then we can decide later on where we want the floor to be. And it might just end up a little bit higher up. So first things first, I need to just get some starter blocks here. And this particular farm requires 6 blocks in height. So we got the 2 stone, then we got the 2 andesite, and then we got 2 granite. So we'll have 2 extra blocks of basically empty space here where we can either expand the storage system if we keep the floor here, or you know, maybe eventually we'll do a decorative floor and raise it up a bit. So let me pillar up a little bit here, and we'll get started. So this is a pretty simple farm. We're going to go ahead and build the collection system first down here at the bottom, and then we'll be going up. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I want to use basalt for most of the decoration here. So let's go ahead and carry this on down. And I think this is where we want to make our turn. That one's not going to be visible, so I'm not too worried about what it looks like. And this is one of the only blocks that's going to be difficult to change, because the rails rest on this basalt, and the sand floats above the rails. So we want to be very sure that this is the look that we want to go for. And I think I'm good with it. I think it looks good. We can always use some trapdoors to cover up bits of it if we need to. Next thing that needs to go in is the rails. And the only thing that's really a must here is that on the end here, we got to have powered rails. So I'm going to go ahead and do these up to the corner, and then see. I want to put the minecart in action and see if we get enough speed. It doesn't need to be super quick by any means. Just enough to get it around the curve and back down again. So what I want to do next is go ahead and power that up with a lever that no one will ever see. For symmetry's sake, maybe we should do right there. No one will ever see it, but it's got to be in the right spot. Okay, same thing on the other side, right in the middle. We got 5 powered rails, put it right in the middle. Okay, so now to test this, we just need to hop off for a second and drop the minecart and see if it will make it around the track. There it goes. Yeah, no problem. We could actually probably take out a couple of the powered rails if we wanted to. And I think we will, just because they're more expensive. So let's go ahead and take out that one and do one on the other side and see how it looks. Just got to rebuild this hopper minecart. I think it's actually beneficial if it's a little bit slower, just so it spends more time over those hoppers, unloads easier. I think it's still moving faster than I would like it to. Let's go ahead and take out one more on each side. Okay, next up, I need to place the sand. And again, this is being supported by the rails beneath it. So we can't move anything now. And hopefully that sand goes back into my inventory, otherwise we're going to be one short, which will be disappointing. Glitched out when I was placing it. Okay, perfect. So we're going to be planting the sugarcane right on top of this. And oh, it's looking pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get that last piston in there. So we need to put the sugarcane in, and then we need to build an enclosure so that the sugarcane's not flying all over the room, of course. Put down the minecart again, and we're just about done. And I actually kind of like the variation there. I'd be tempted to do something different with the corner, but it's good enough for now. We're not going to spend a lot of time down here, obviously, which it's, you don't watch the sugarcane grow, so to speak. So let's get these placed. Oh, there's no water. Forgot a very key feature of this farm, which is the water stream, which is going to go right behind these on the other side. So it's going to go right on top of these. And if I pillar up over here, you'll see where it should be. So this should all be water back here, which means that we will actually need something keeping it in place. All right, let's go ahead and put the sugarcane in. It should work just fine now. All right, like I was saying earlier, now the last piece of this, I believe, is just to clean things up and put in a little wall to keep all of the sugarcane from popping across the room. I actually forgot torches. Torches and water, the two things that sugarcane actually needs to grow in this game. We're just gonna go up here. Oh God, oh my gosh. Damn it. Well, that was an annoying setback, but I think I've got everything I need to finish the repairs here, other than sugarcane. I'm a little short on the sugarcane. So, first things first, let's get the sand back in place. And that was dumb. Okay, so we're all filled up. I can put the last two pieces of glass in. And we should be good to go. Again, I'll figure out something with the lanterns. May dress this up just a little bit more, but it should be fully functional now. Sugarcane should be getting collected and moved on down here, and then, you know, we can either build a little storage tower for it or something like that. But yeah, we gotta figure out a better lighting situation, I think. I was having a little trouble with this last farm. Obviously we got the sugarcane over there, but I was working on melon and pumpkin, and it just took me a while to figure out. So what I've got here is I've got a hopper minecart running in a loop around here with the melons and pumpkins planted above, and then these observers which trigger the pistons to break the blocks anytime a melon or pumpkin grows. And there, you can kind of see the redstone on top there. And now I just got to box this in, and this farm's all done. It hasn't really started producing yet, just because the melon and pumpkin stems haven't fully grown. And I do think we might get a little bit of loss here in the middle if the pumpkins or melons sort of slip over the edge. But this fit the space better than anything else, so this is what I went with. And you know, sorry for not building on camera, but it was a real pain to get worked out for some reason. This farm is not, you know, anything complicated, but making it fit the space, making it aesthetically pleasing, was just a little bit trickier than I expected. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in some glass, throw in some more basalt, and you know, finish it off to match the other side, and then we'll be moving on to the next project. And that next project turned out to be a little nether hunting. I wanted to get some more basalt so that I could finish decorating that basement, but we also finally found a warped forest, and I'll drop a couple clips from that adventure in after this one. Well, would you look at that? I was just finding my way through the nether and stumbled across this path, and we didn't think anyone had found the warped or crimson forests yet, but clearly someone has. But that's fine. We're just here to grab a couple blocks for the collection. But we are borderline lost at this point, so this should be fun. I feel like I am venturing too far though, and I am going to be very lost. So let's wrap it up and head home. I mean, we got a nice collection of stuff here to take back with us. I wish I could get some of these. Oh, I can get that. Sweet. What do we not need here? I would like to keep basically all of it. I think the bones or the coal. The coal can go. Grab a couple more of those. Ooh, some more gold. Don't mind if I do. Alright, yeah, we're going to be headed home here. So I'll see you guys back at base. I've got one more project in mind for this episode, and it's not necessarily redstone related, but it is a little bit of an infrastructure project. So right over here, I was actually thinking I wanted to do a safe water drop and a water elevator down to y equals 11. And I think I'm going to do the water drop on this side, right about there, and then the water elevator back up right there. So I'm going to go ahead and film this and probably put it in as like a time lapse. So I'll see you guys on the other side. drops are in. Now I just need to see if I remember how to make the elevator. Okay, we got our safe drop over here, and this is going to be taking us back up. And every time we place one of these, it is creating a water source block. So we'll just drop back down to the bottom and break them. And then we should be able to turn this into a water elevator. And I did not bring enough. Pretty close. Pretty close. All right, let's go get some soul sand and grab a few more kelp blocks. All right, guys, I think it's going to do it for this episode. So we started off the episode showing off the sheep farms, the auto shearers. Then we built this sugarcane farm, and we built this auto melon and pumpkin farm. And we set up the water elevator and the safe drop here. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. I think in the next episode, we're going to be doing a little terraforming. What I want to do is start terraforming the mesa here, figure out where some of the other builds I've got planned are going to go, and just figure out the landscaping a little bit. So I'll have that coming up in a couple days. And thanks for checking out this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.